Hi you guys, I have lagged a little bit on my video because I've been working a lot and I've been tired, I guess. But my boyfriend actually kind of pushed me to do this video. And I was like, okay, I'll do one today. So I'm doing one today. As you can see, my eyebrows are already filled because that's a longer process for me, I guess, to do my eyebrows. But in today's video, I am gonna be showing you guys kind of like a budget makeup tutorial, I guess. Just because I know a lot of people don't have a lot of money to buy expensive stuff. Even some drugstores like Pixie, I know they're freaking expensive, which I don't understand. But the quality just show in it, and a lot of the stuff I either got at Marshall's or I got them at CVS, Target, Walmart, or at Walgreens. Those are the 5 of the places that I go usually to get really discounted items. And honestly, I don't see a problem with buying discounted items because if it works, if it's good for your skin, then it's amazing. So primer wise, depending, the primer that I like that is not an expensive brand is going to be the Milani eyeshadow primer. This one's actually really good for you in a way that it brightens up the eyeshadow that you use. So if you use like a really bright pink, it will show rather than not putting in a primer on. But even if you don't put a primer on, it's gonna fucking crease. Going to put it on our eyelids as so. And just so you guys know that my eyebrow pomade is gonna be e.l.f. I actually used to work for e.l.f. and that is another story time video because it was not the best experience that I've had working at a makeup place. But I actually worked at e.l.f. at the Glenda Galleria onto eyeshadow. So I actually got this one at Target and this was $10.99, and if you have that red card then you get 5% off, so it comes out a little bit cheaper. But this is the Mirage palette from a color store, and it looks like this, and it's actually really cute. The colors aren't back of it, that's why I saw the colors. I like the blues, the bluish greens, and all of those nice colorful, because if you know me, I am actually a colorful person. This is what the palette actually looks like, and my favorite ones, and people that see me that's worn this palette because I've used it, I can see the shimmers, and it's gonna be this one and this blue. These two that I've used actually more, but today I think I'm gonna do like kind of like pinkish neutral tone. So we're gonna do this. So the main colors I'm gonna focus on in today's video is gonna be this one, this one, this one, and probably these two. So then, yeah. So I'm just gonna dip into the papaya one. That's gonna be the lightest coral shade in the palette. And I usually, when I'm doing my eyeshadow, I blend it in first. I don't know why people are putting the darkest shade first and then putting the lightest shade. Like, I kind of can see the concept of it, but I'm a self-taught makeup artist. I went to school to get certified. It's literally the only reason I went, is to be certified. But majority of me is being self-taught. Yes, I did learn a lot from school. Like, I went to April Love Makeup Academy and they did teach me a lot. They do show you a lot at the school. And afterwards, what I liked about their program at the school is that they help you with job-wise. So they help you get your name out there career-wise. So you do a lot of makeup events. I did a lot for Fashion Week. I've done a lot of other little events. So if anyone is interested in going to makeup school, I highly recommend the school I went to. It's April Love, and you can find them on social media. April Love Academy, that's their whole thing on their social medias. And April is really sweet. I love her. I love Jen. She's really, oh God, I love all the teachers there. They were just super sweet and super kind with me, and I got to know a lot of people on a good level. So they're really sweet and they're lovely. So there's a little shout out to them. So when you blend, in my take, when you blend, you're gonna blend in the crease first and then blend up. That's what I do, and then when I'm blending towards the end on the top, then I'll kind of like tap off the excess and lightly go over the top as such. I usually like to use the same brush because I'm lazy to wash, because I have like a little bucket on the side that I really don't want to wash because I'm lazy, so I try to do as much as I can with one brush. And next I'm gonna go to Maui, and that's gonna be that really bright pink shade. I'm gonna get on the same blending brush because we are gonna blend it. I'm just not gonna blend it so much outward as I was. Kind of blend it out. You can see kind of how I'm blending it. The only thing, and this is not with just this eyeshadow, this is with every freaking eyeshadow that I own, mainly pink or reds, because it does it with the James Charles palette, it does it with the freaking it does it with all of the palettes, Anastasia, Morphe, the James Charles Morphe palette. It does it with just this one too. All of pinks, and like, I think Jeffree Star said this, and I don't know if you follow Jeffree Star. I do. I like his stuff. But all of the fucking pinks and reds, they stain. Like, they won't come out for like a good freaking while unless you're scrubbing the shit out of your eyes. Then I'm gonna go back in that papaya, and then I'm also gonna blend it out a little bit more just because it seems more blended. You don't have to blend your eyeshadow all the way up to your eyebrow. That's the style I like. I know everyone has their own style and their own preference. You don't have to do it like this. You can just do it like to here, to like your little like lid space stopper, whatever you want to do. This is just kind of a tutorial on the kind of look that I'm going for, and also on a budget. Brushes that I use are a mixture of expensive and not expensive. So the one I'm using right now to blend is actually the Wet n Wild one from their silver collection. I know they have the silver one and the rose gold. It's not always in stores, which kind of sucks because I know you can get these ones. I got this during Christmas time last year, and it was, I want to say, $30 or so. I'll link all of the prices of everything at the bottom, just so you know kind of price wise where everything is and how expensive kind of this look was. I know there's a lot of tutorials of like, oh, a $20 face is not, but realistically, like, the most you're gonna spend on a foundation is probably about like $5 to $7. Yes, you can like do everything on a budget, but if you want to do like a really nice look, you're gonna have to spend like a good amount on an eyeshadow palette. This one is actually fairly cheap, especially at a store. But that's why I like it, just because it's really like affordable, and you don't really find a lot of affordable stuff. What I'm gonna use is the Wet n Wild Focus foundation stick, and this is it. My color is in the shade Buff Beige. This is my skin tone. I usually just use this for a quick, like a really quick, like if I'm only gonna be out for a little bit and it's gonna sweat off, then I'll use this. But I like to use this to cut my eyebrows. Like, so I'll cut my eyebrows to do the cut creases right here on my eyes. Because we are, okay, if you know me, I love, oh my god, I love cut creases just because I think it just looks better. I don't know why. But my cut creases are a little bit dramatic, and I'll show you that right now. So what I do, and this is, I got this from Samantha. Again, I'm referencing her because she is one of my favorite beauty. Like, I will not miss one of her fucking videos. Like, it's amazing. But what I like to do is I start on the lid and I open it and I look all the way up, and wherever it stops, that's where you want your line, like that or a little bit above, because you don't want to do it too below where once you put the powder on and so you open your eyes, it transfers on the top of your lid. You don't want that, because then it kind of like, I don't want to say ruins your makeup, but it doesn't make it look nice, because it just doesn't look nice. So after that, I'm gonna start cutting the crease. So I will be right back. I'm gonna cut both of them first, and yeah. So I cut my crease. It actually looks really nice. I'm very, okay, how do I put this? I love to cut my crease, like I said, but I'm very picky with cutting my creases just because it irritates the hell out of me when one looks bigger than the other, then I have to make them more big. In this, I already like them naturally big because how I cut my crease is that, and I'll show you with the brush, I like to do it where my eye socket is. So if you want to fill around with a dry brush so you don't have to put the product and kind of mess up and you feel like you have to start over, get a dry brush and then kind of poke at where your eye socket is. And if you want to do where your eye socket is like your natural eye socket, you go over it. That's how I do my cut crease. That's how I like it. A lot of people don't like it. They kind of like it right there above the line, so it kind of looks like it's going in. I think that really looks nice on some girls, but like I said, every girl does not have the same eye shape, so every girl's gonna like it differently, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. You like how you want to do your makeup style, and I think everyone looks beautiful. But when you're done cutting your crease, I like to use a clean finger and kind of blend it a little bit out as such, just to kind of warm it up and blend it already out, so when you put on your powder you don't have to do that much extra more blending. I'm gonna start doing my eyes. This is kind of how you're gonna cut your crease. See it better. And we're only gonna do half of it, just because we want to leave that room for the next color, that darker kind of like burgundy shade. So we're gonna just start off first with this one's actually called Mirage, so it's the name of the palette, Mirage. This one you kind of like can't really do that fast. So now we have all of this done in the inner corner. So I'm gonna take the larger flatter brush, and you can tell because it's a little bit thicker. She's a little bit thicker. She thick. So we're gonna go with that and kind of try and do the middle to outer corner of the eye. But we're now gonna go into the lid, kind of like outer lid. I guess you can say it. You can see, can't you? And we're gonna start patting it. It doesn't look blended now, but trust me, I will blend it right now. Just be patient with me. And now since we already got all of it, you can see it kind of blended in with the same color of what we used out. We're just gonna pat it, and now we're gonna pat it over gently. Don't be rough with her. Be gentle with her. So we're gonna gently pat and swift back, not forward, back. So pat, swift, pat, swift. It looks so pretty. I'm just like, it's so beautiful. Okay, we're gonna go back into Mirage. Mirage. And then tap off the excess, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna pat and then come forward again. So I like this because we're patting and moving forward, but we're doing more in the inner corner. Now we're gonna do it over again, kind of like that blending illusion of it. And if you can tell, it's a little bit more blended than it was. And we're gonna just do this back and forth for a good 2 more. So I'm gonna go back in with the bigger one and just blend, but not all the way in. Just blend it a tiny bit, like 3 pats max. Right now, this is how the blending looks. It's not hard to blend, but I think people just like, oh my god, it's so hard, this and that. It's not that hard, ladies. Just calm down. Just be calm. Now we're gonna go back in with Maui, and I'm gonna dip it in a little bit of Jet Setter, just because it's a kind of like, not a dark brown, but it's a little like chocolate brown. And then we're gonna get that and put it at the inner corners, just to kind of make it a little bit more darker. Next, for foundation. Okay, first I'm gonna talk about beauty blender. So this beauty blender I actually got at Marshall's. I actually got this big old thing. It was on clearance, and I was waiting for my boyfriend to get off of work. So I went to Marshall's, and I got this thing. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 big sponges, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 little sponges. So it has the mini ones and the big ones. So in total it has 16. And at first, I didn't get it because I saw it there at Marshall's. And at first it was about 16 or 17, something like almost $20, 99, and I was like, bye. I didn't get it. And then when I went that day, I was like, oh, it's $10. Yes. We're gonna go into foundation now. And the cheap, okay, I don't want to say cheap because they're not cheap, but they're really good. A lot of the foundations I have, I'm looking at them right now, they're low cost ones, but this one is a really nice full coverage one. It's CYO. It's a long lasting foundation. It's life proof. Life. I don't know about that, but yeah, this is what we're gonna go in with. I would say go ahead and I just start patting everywhere. Okay, so that's it for the foundation portion. I like to use the mini beauty blenders for the concealer on the bottom, but I usually just use this one if I'm too lazy to wet that one. So now we're gonna go in with concealer, which I'm actually gonna show you one that I do not recommend to use. I'm only using it actually just because I hate wasting stuff, and I thought it was really good brand. I didn't see any reviews on it. I just saw first of all, I saw Spanish and I was like, what? I'm Mexican. We're together. That's how I felt. But it's called Kaya Mi Para Mi. Kaya Para Mi. Whatever it's called. That's what it's called. It's a natural radiant concealer. It's medium to full coverage. And I was like, okay, damn. Like, I already have like 3 concealers. This one was fairly cheap. It was like about $5 or so. But I'm gonna use this one because I don't want to waste stuff. I hate being very wasteful. I like to 2 lines. And the reason I don't like it because when I put it under my eyes, like so, my eyes literally start burning. I've never had that issue. I know a lot of you right now are gonna be telling me like, why are you using a product that burns your eyes? I don't know if it's because what's in this product. Like, hold up. Okay, there's nothing on this shit that says it. It just says nude, desnudo, for you Spanish people out there. Concealer corrector. Yeah, there's no ingredients to it. I didn't look it up. I should have. I usually don't with my stuff. The coverage is good though, but it just burns for like, it burns my eyes for literally like the beginning of putting it on, and like right now it's done. It's done burning. It's done. And I'm just like, what the fuck is this sorcery? I have a lot of color palettes, so you will see a lot of color in this channel. And if you don't like color and you're scared of it, we'll grow some huevos. You can tell like it didn't completely, because I still have like little bags, if you can tell, it didn't completely cover it. But I don't like to cover my bags because that's something that someone naturally has. You guys have bags, you guys will be sleepy and tired, and that's fine. Cover is just like a little cover up. You don't have to put a whole freaking mask on, and it's so cakey and it gets so ugly when it sweats. I don't like it. So you can tell it did cover up. It's a nice natural cover up, which I do love, but it's just the beginning of it does burn and I don't recommend it. But like I said, it might be different for you than me. I actually got the concealer and I also got the foundation. I actually got the foundation like a tad bit lighter, but it's still like a perfect to my skin tone because people have different skin tones. I can match to a little bit darker, to a little bit like this one is darker than this one, obviously. It's just like the tiniest shade difference, but it's still fine for me. I can kind of pair them both together if I need to make that a little bit darker. Just for me, there's 2 things I like with contour and 2 things I don't. So with contour, we're actually gonna go in with the Wet n Wild contour, and this is gonna be it. My cousin, like I said, this is Where's Walnut. I'm like, where's walnut? Where's the walnut? My cousin Brenda actually told me about this one because I was like, oh, like, you use this one? And she was like, yeah, I actually really like it. So when I saw it at the store, I was like, okay, I'll take it. So I use it and I like it because it's like kind of like a light buildable contour, and I like that because I actually put on powder afterwards. I'll put bronzer, sometimes I'll put the powder contour, and I'm just like, I'm for it. I'm very for it. So I do it. I fucks with it. So I do this to my contour because I guess like looking at all the videos and looking at the heavy contour, but I do it for a reason. I don't do this because, oh my god, it's the style. No, I do it for myself. So my nose contour, I do it because I don't like my nose, because I don't know if you can tell, it's like a tiny bit crooked. So I like to straighten it out. And I know people are like, oh, embrace your imperfections. No, I don't feel like it. I really don't. I still look beautiful. I know that, but I really don't. The lip one under, I like because it kind of puckers your lips up a little bit more. My lips are already big as is. But I like them to look more puckered. And then also, obviously, I want to look fucking skinnier. Like, that's what I want to do. And then the forehead, obviously, and then for my cheekbones on the bottom. The little lip one is to kind of like create a shadow, I guess, for under your lips to make it pout more. A lot of people didn't know that. Now you know. So now we're going to go in and to blend this mess up. So I'll be back after it's blended. Now we're going to go, okay, 2 things. Sometimes I use powder, sometimes I won't. It just depends on how I'm feeling that day. So if I want to put light powder, if I don't want to put any powder, but today I am going to put powder just to show you guys. This one is the, it's a European ink one. It's fairly cheap. It's a Laser Magic. It's made in Italy, so it's an Italy brand. And it's basically just a color correcting powder. And I just basically dab only where I didn't put my contour, just because I am going to be putting a powder over the contour anyways, so I don't want to double powder, because then that's what makes it more cakey, and I personally don't like to be a cakey girl. I like to have the illusion of being cakey without feeling cakey, if that makes sense. Okay, I'm going to use 2 for my contour. The first one is not a contour powder, but I use it as a contour powder. Don't judge me. I really like it. It's the Milani face powder, and this one is in the shade medium tan. So why I like this one is just because it has more of a natural kind of feel look for it when it comes to contouring. Like, you can see it there already, that it just looks very natural. Now we're on to the other one. So this one is going to be, okay, you can tell that I put some work into it. And I haven't had it that long. So it's the Ticket to Brazil. And this one, they still have it. Ooh. This one, they still have it in stores. And you can tell I'm getting sick. And this one still has like kind of like a bronzy glitter to it. I don't know if you can tell. But it's fine if you can't. Just wear it. And I like to put it a tiny bit over, kind of in the middle of where you're gonna put your blush and where your bronzer is. That small of a space. So I like to put it on. Another good, cheap bronzer you can find is gonna be e.l.f. They just came out with these ones. This one is Constantly Bronze, so it's like kind of a darker bronze. This is the darkest one they have. They also have 2 other ones, because I remember while working there. These ones are only $6. You can't go wrong with $6. The quality is really good. It's a primer kind of one, so it stays and it lasts. I have all of their blushes in this style, and I actually really like, god damn it, my face. Anyways, yeah, these are really cheap. These are really good. I highly recommend these if you are on a budget, if you're just learning makeup, if you want to practice without spending that much money. I highly recommend this one. This one is a really good one. And also Creme, but that one's kind of expensive. This is, oh my god, I love this bronzer. I fucking love it. The Creme Shop, this one is in Tiki Bikini. This one's actually really, really nice. It smells really good. This is a color shade to it. I've never fell in love with a bronzer before, and now I have. But we'll see. Maybe I'll find another love. I don't want to like say that because that's mean. But I really do love that one. That one was, I want to say, about like $10, $12. And it wasn't that expensive, but I know people, like, when they see double digits, they're like, okay, that's expensive. If it's under $10, it's not that expensive. But when it's over, people are just like, oh shit, no, this is too expensive. Next, we're gonna go on to highlighter. So again, I think I'm saying a lot of e.l.f., but then I'm just like, I hated working there. Okay, I love the brand and what they come out with and the prices. I didn't like the store and the people I worked with. I didn't say I didn't like a lot of them, because I did make a couple good friends. I want to say about 3 or 4 of them I really did connect with, and I still have them on social media, and they're sweethearts, and I love them. Like Nairi, I love you, Nairi. This is my shout out to Nairi. She's a darling. Working with her was amazing. We always chismed about boys, or we just talked shit about our coworkers, which is fine. I really don't care because there's no more stores. But I really do love some of my coworkers, like Nairi and Chris. Chris was a sweetheart too. Like I just love them. But we are going, this is with one of their new highlighters. It's gonna be in white gold. I actually liked it. The only thing I don't like sometimes about e.l.f. is that you kind of have to scratch off the top layer because it's sprayed. But this is kind of what it looks like. It's a nice like pearlescent white gold, basically what it says. This is something if you don't want that much bling on your face, which is fine, honestly, because I do have a lot of other ones that are really subtle, like more subtle than this, and that's okay. That literally, it doesn't matter. So I like it kind of like a glow when I turn, be like, that's what I want. And that's fine if you don't want that. If you don't want any highlighter, you just want kind of a natural highlighter, that's fine too. So I'm just gonna kind of powder my face now. Next one I'm gonna go in with is gonna be the Milani one. This one, you can tell it's very beat up. It's the powder brush. This one is in Tea Rose. And this is a lighter one. I think the second lightest one. There's 3 of them. I have the coral kind of colored one, and then I have this one. So these are one of the more inexpensive ones that I own. So lashes are kind of like a harder thing to not find because a lot of my lashes are between $5 to $14. I don't think that's a bad price, honestly, just because lashes, depending on how you like the style, how you don't like the style, how you like to wear them or not, it just depends, like I said. So the lashes I'm gonna be using is from my daily makeup store around my house. They're from Vanity Box. I think you can get them online, and they do some at different stores now. I don't know if you can tell. These ones, they are down DTF, basically down to fuck. That's the style it's called. So please stop. And okay, if you know me, you know I like my big fluffy lashes. Like I like them big, I like them thick. Yes, this is how I like my lashes because I like it more of a fuller look with it because I feel like lashes do make the eye look happen. Just depending if you don't like lashes, if you're used to lashes, if you're not used to lashes, that's how your look's gonna come about. Because a lot of people look nice with eyeshadow with just their natural lashes, but that's how people see you. If someone is used to you wearing a lot of lashes, FYI me, because a lot of my coworkers are used to me wearing lashes, they're gonna look at me without lashes and be like, where the fuck? But these are the ones I use. And then the glue brand that I use, I actually got it at a different local shop here. It's called Infinity Glow Makeup, and it's out the closest mall to me, which is West Covina. And this is a little beat up because I've used it a lot. It's Sassy Eyelash Glue. This is hella good. I got this for like $6.99. Oh my fucking god. Okay, Anthony at the makeup store, he introduced me to this lash glue. It is amazing. It dries really, really quick. You put on, it stays. It does not budge. Like, I tried crying and all that stuff. It does not move. I love this. I feel like if I wear it to Disneyland and a roller coaster, it would not budge. So that's what the glue that I'm using today. If you want to learn to put on your lashes, they're not that hard. Practice makes perfect. Honestly, if you guys want a video on that, just let me know. But I'm going to put on my lashes off camera, and I'll come back to show you the kind of like finished touches you can do with your makeup. So this is how the lashes look on. Just FYI, my eyes are different sizes. They do look different, if you can tell. One eye is higher than the other. They look weird, they look funny. I understand. I don't care. This is how my eyes look. Yeah, I love these lashes. I think they're super cute, super just adorable. But for mascara, I have this one. This is an older one I use. It's called, I think it's by Essence. It's one of their princess kind of looking ones. I like to do this under my lashes just to make my lashes stick with theirs, and then put a little on the under eye. So this is basically the finished look. You can tell when this one was lighter and now it's darker. But the lipstick that I put on off camera, because again it's very tedious and my lips are very big and full and beautiful. But this one is the Milani one, Amor Matte, and this is in the shade Loved. This is what it looks like. It's one of their older type. I've had this for like about like a couple months, and I think it's adorable. It's cute. It's nice. It looks nice matte. This was hard because I only have like a handful of drugstore lippies, because a lot of it is Anastasia, Jeffree Star, Kat Von D. Yeah, I'm expensive with my lipstick. But I just think this is a really nice to tie up the whole pink nude look. So this is basically the finished look with everything of kind of a drugstore cheap alternative for your makeup. If you guys liked it, please give it a like, give it a thumbs up, and please subscribe to my channel, because I am, as you can see, fairly new into this community, and I do want to grow and get to know you guys on a deeper level. Let me know what you want to see in the next video. I will have polls up on my Instagram and all my other social media, so just bear with me, and if you'd like to follow me on there, I will put the links and all the descriptions in the bios. Thank you guys. Have a nice day.